Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Weekly Win. My name is Ken, and I'm joined with my co-host, Tim.
Hello, everyone.
And today, I think we got something that everybody's going to be interested to hear about. And no, we're not just bragging. We're talking about Bitcoin. Is it here to stay? We're going to talk about that.
Do we
Tim?
want it to stay? No.
Well, do you want it to stay?
I personally see value in it. However, I feel like it's so misunderstood at this point that it really doesn't add value. It has skyrocketed in price to the point where it's not really usable as anything other than just a commodity in the same way that any other collectible is instead of a currency.
Wow.
Yeah, we're
I
coming
think
out
you
hot and heavy.
in the middle of actually live recording this show, this segment, I think you actually have talked me out of potentially investing in Bitcoin in the future. That makes a lot of sense.
So I don't think in the same way that
Wait a
gold isn't
second.
a bad in the same way that gold isn't a bad investment. I mean, different for a lot of reasons. I don't think Bitcoin's a bad investment. And so
Yeah.
like having something
Okay.
that's high value, obviously it fluctuates quite a bit based on whatever Elon Musk wants to tweet, but I do think that it is something worth investing in if you want to hold it for the sake of investing. However,
For the long haul.
yeah, but if you're like, "Oh, I want to use this as a currency," I think that's where some issues come up.
Hmm. It's a that's a very interesting and I guess disciplined take, really.
Yeah, it just came to me as soon as you asked me. For those who don't know, we were talking about for reference, I guess more accurately, we were talking about this before the show, and this take did not hit me at all. This is not at all what I was saying. It just kind of clicked on.
Wow. All right. Well, let's get into the main meat here. The staying power of Bitcoin.
I think it'll stay
I
around.
Yeah, I think it'll stay around for a while. When I say a while, I mean to say for several successive generations. So our grandkids, possibly our grandkids' kids, and further beyond that is what I think. It'll
Yeah,
last that long. Perhaps not hitting like $100,000 or like $1 million like other people think, but you
small
know,
loan of 1 million Bitcoin.
wowzers! Let me get a small loan of 1 million Bitcoin. Donald Trump.
So what are your thoughts on altcoins? I guess we should explain what altcoins are first, if you'd like to. You're more versed in them, honestly, than me.
Oh yeah. So you can call altcoins, or some people colloquially call them shit coins because they're not Bitcoin or Ethereum. Pretty much it's every coin that is not the mainstream Bitcoin or Ethereum. And in our notes here, we were asking, are altcoins hype or is it something more? Well, I went out on a limb earlier this year and said that Dogecoin might hit. Well, I said that it would hit a dollar. I said it so matter of factly that it would hit a dollar before the end of the year. We've got a month left, but if I check what it's at today,
Like
I can
23
guarantee you
cents.
it's not $1.
It's like 20
So,
cents.
yep, it is 21.6 cents. Uh, so I was horribly off the mark on that one. It happens. I'm
And
not
how
an
much money have you
economist, thank
lost?
God. I didn't lose any money on that, but I was wrong. By the way, we should mention that we're not financial experts, and this is not financial advice. We're just,
That's true.
talking about Bitcoin and stuff.
We're just some boys.
So, Tim,
Yo.
you know, like you remember the Wall Street bets thing? How everybody was hodling and they had diamond hands and shit.
Yep. And that turned out to be just a way for pumping and dumping, but go on.
Nice, nice. How do you think memes influence investors, both new and old?
I think that memes are more powerful than give them credit for, but not so powerful as to draw major impact. Take for
Hmm.
instance Elon Musk. I'm pretty sure I already made a joke about him already, but we're gonna do it again. So when he tweeted about Dogecoin, right? It went from fractions of a penny to like 50 cents. And that's very powerful. That's very powerful for a meme, right?
Yep.
And that is not to be underestimated. However, as we've just clearly talked about, it's back down to about 20 cents. So I don't think they have the supreme power that other actual institutions do. As if you think about say something like CNN was peddling a coin, right? The Coin
Mm.
News Network.
The Coin News Network. Oh my gosh.
Someone write that down. That was good.
They should
Anyway.
hire you, man. They should hire you.
Yeah. So say they're peddling it. That's more institutional based, and I think that they can, obviously, as any institution can artificially raise and lower the prices as they see fit. And I think that's much more powerful. But I think the power of the meme should not be underestimated.
Yeah, I think I agree. We see how Wall Street bets went terribly.
And thanks, Reddit.
and how memes were influencing this kind of mania that I admit I think even I got a little swept away in.
I think everyone did. Although I know some people who made some good money on GameStonk.
Wow.
I mean, I
shout out to all the little guys who got out ahead on this.
I have a buddy. He got out ahead. He didn't have a job, and after selling GameStop, he only just had to get a job again.
Wow.
That's been what, like 7 months, something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. 6, 7 months, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm horribly off, but I think that's about right.
I'd say that's rather impressive off a meme.
Well, equally impressive is El Salvador. Those of you who remember our earlier work, or remember we talked about them in the beginning, they're starting up a Bitcoin city. Tim, you want to tell us a little bit about a Bitcoin city?
Yeah, I can give you the general idea. Essentially, what they're doing is they're planning a city at the base of a volcano, because that's never gone wrong
Holy
before.
shit.
And their plan is to, one, make it round in the shape of a coin, because the memes are alive at this point. And
Wow.
they plan to harness geothermal energy from the volcano to power crypto mining and the city as a whole. Neat idea. I think that by the time they get it up, though, it will kind of be a redundant point, and it'll just be a place to live, you know? Like,
Really?
I don't think it's going to be some crypto haven.
I see a little bit of potential for potential investors to build their own sort of like Ethereum settlements, Bitcoin settlements, Dogecoin settlements, whatever.
Yeah.
They could make a nice, tidy profit.
I like the idea. I don't think it needs to be tied to crypto, though. Like, there's no reason not to be harnessing geothermal from a volcano to begin with. I mean, I'm no geologist. I don't study rocks and, I don't know, whatever geologists do. But I'm pretty sure I just angered someone with that statement. My science teacher.
You, geology.
Yeah, including my geology teacher back in high school. She would hate me for saying that. Anyway, if there's no potential issues with it, which apparently not, because someone thought it was a good idea, there's no reason we shouldn't have been doing that to begin with, to power just a regular settlement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I think it's a little bit more than that. People are only doing it because isn't it supposed to be some ridiculous power consumption or something like that?
Yeah,
for mining Bitcoin.
Crypto mining on scale requires a lot of power.
Yeah, so I think that could be why.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense to mine somewhere where you have like the most profitable area to crypto mine in China was right outside an area. They had a huge hydroelectric dam. I don't remember the name of the region, but it floods every year, so power is essentially limitless at that point of the year, and that's where a lot of crypto mining would happen. So it's not that it's a bad thing to do that then. I just think that saying that this is specifically for mining Bitcoin is going to limit the ability of the city in terms of like what the city can do once mining Bitcoin is done.
All right. Well, that's a well defended take. Very well defended. Find no holes here. It's a solid strategy. I'm interested to see what comes of this because, we have already covered the fact that El Salvador had battled with central banks, battled over crypto and such.
That was our
How it
first
should be
video.
concentrated. Yeah. Go watch that. We've come a long way in the 6 months-ish now since then.
Yeah.
Not
Just a
very
bit.
far, but a long way.
Still got a
All
long way
right,
to go.
everyone. Well, with that all being said, thank you very much for joining us. Take care, and God bless.